I get a lot of questions about online dating. So online dating is kind of a mess. There's a lot of people out there that are online for positive reasons, but there's a lot of people that are out there for the wrong reasons. So what I often find is clients, they meet people and they go on dates and they become buddies or they're friendly, but there's no chemistry. The reason I find this to be pretty prevalent is because most people that have trouble dating in the real world or dating through personal relationships have a problem with dating. It's a problem with their security or their past conditioning or something that might be blocking them. I often work with clients to release these blockages and make sure that they have their best foot forward and they're able to attract the most appropriate person for them. So you change venues from in-person to online and nothing changes. They still have the same difficulties. So you take an insecure person, you put them in an online setting, they're either going to attract other people that may be insecure, they attract people that are secure. If they meet that person's going to figure them out pretty quickly and the chemistry is not going to be there. So I think chemistry is a really important aspect of dating, and it's one of those things that's really hard to transfer electronically. So you might meet somebody that's perfect on paper, you've heard this a million times, but then you meet them and there's no chemistry. You know, there's an energy match, there's a personality match, there's a lot of things that you can't get by reading text on a screen. So some of the online dating tips that I would give people is, number one, if you do meet somebody, make sure it's a very short date. Coffee, drink, nothing more. If you lock yourself into a dinner with somebody, that's a torturous dinner, because by the time the bread basket comes, you've already decided that this person's never going to be somebody you see again. The other thing I would say to respond to the questions that I get about what is the best dating site, they are all the same. It's just a vehicle for dating. So it could be really good for people that cannot meet people in a normal circumstance. If they're secluded somewhere, they just have to work too much. I would say they have balance issues to begin with, and that's probably why they're not in a relationship. But if there is a real reason why they can't meet somebody, this could be good. One of the things I would say instead of online dating is maybe talk to your friends, admit it to them. I'm interested in dating. I would like you to set me up with a couple people. You know, anybody that you trust that you can say that to is probably going to be somebody that's going to choose somebody pretty good for you. So let's say you are ready to admit to yourself that you are one of the people that has some difficulties or blockages and you're not having a lot of success online. Well, I work with people on a regular basis that have certain difficulties or blockages, and it's amazing how fast these things can change. Once you identify what these blockages are and what elements of their personality have past conditioning related to it or messed up beliefs even, it's so fast how these things can change. So, you know, I'll see a client in 2 weeks, they're in a relationship after not dating for months. I've seen people be asked out on 3 or 4 dates in a week after not having an opportunity to date anybody for over a year. So I think there's a lot of ability to change, and that's what I do as a coach, is help people to get to their best place so that they are able to be attracted to somebody who's right for them and not just the best thing that comes along at the time, but also attract the right person for their personalities. Attract somebody as secure, attract somebody as somebody who has their life balanced and they have their integrity and they have their personal life in a good place. That's when you're in the best place to meet somebody, but that's the best place you want to be to meet somebody. You really don't want to meet somebody if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're not at your best, because that's not going to be a sustainable relationship. Because hopefully you will get better, you will be in a better place, and that person would have to either come along with you or maybe they're not able to come along with you. So online dating is tough. There's a lot of riffraff out there. And if you're looking for a relationship, you have to be clear that's what you're looking for. Don't be worried about scaring someone away. If they're not looking for a relationship and it's not clear in their profile, be skeptical. You know, this is pretty obvious and it's common sense, but try to let your head do as much of the picking as possible, because in the end you don't have a lot of say over relationships other than who you choose to be in a relationship with, because the process is pretty simple. You meet somebody, you start to fall for somebody, you spend more time with that person, and after 6 to 8 months of a honeymoon period, you're, wow, I'm in a relationship and it's almost a year and I'm not sure if I'm happy with this. So be careful of the choice that you make, because the choice that you make is pretty much your only real decision in relationships. The rest is chemistry and protocol and norms and normal progression in life.